Hi guys, welcome back to Watchman 97.
Hello, welcome back.
So yeah, we did a video yesterday, but we kind of deleted it, didn't we, Joe?
Yeah.
We didn't have any strategy behind it of what we were talking about. We were sort of winging it, and we just weren't happy with the end content, were we? So yeah, we've got a bit more of a strategy today. So first thing I want to start off by saying was about not commenting on people's channels that said, I think actually a lot of Watchmen said they really think it's the Feast of Trumpets, but they did also in the same sentence say, but it might not be, so don't go attacking those channels. I was one of those that said, it's my personal opinion. I didn't put on you guys, did I? I said why I think it's that, but
Feast of Trumpets being Saturday.
Yeah, the 19th. Yeah, starting obviously in the very end evening of the 18th into the 19th. But there's some videos we've seen today. I don't know if it's they're clutching at straws or whether it is the truth about the September the 28th, which is the Day of Atonement. We obviously all know that, but the Feast of Trumpets is on that because of a Jubilee year. But I'm not so sure. I'm going to more look to the rabbis on that one and see what they're doing. Because yeah, a lot of people made videos on this. I see. Return of the King did one, and he's very, not that all the others aren't, but he's very he likes to stick to the word of God, and he likes to be proper, as right as he can be. We're all interpreting the Bible and all these sort of things best we can to our best of our ability. So you can't knock us for it. We may be wrong on some things, but we'll always try and, if we are sort of, I guess, taking a guess at it, say that it's my opinion or whatever,
Yeah,
just
we're
to be
giving
sure.
our opinion, innit? It's up to you to read and determine for yourself if you know.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll see with the 28th. I need to do a bit more research on this because it sounds too good to be true almost that we got the date wrong and Rosh Hashanah hasn't even been yet. Apparently, according to them, a lot of the Watchmen in the community, it's the 28th because the Jubilee is 10 days later on the 28th, which means on the 28th there'll be two feast days. Should be Day of Atonement and Rosh Hashanah, Feast of Trumpets, which is quite something in itself, really, isn't it? Isn't that something? So
maybe that's why no one will know the day or the hour, because you got two of them on the same day, and it's like, which one we celebrating?
Yeah. How quaintly you brought that up, because I've got a verse here that follows into that, and I was going to read this out anyway. It's just one I haven't really gone to because there's just so many. I said there are so many rapture ones and so many no one knows the day or the hour. So this is in Matthew 25, and I'll start at 42.
It's King James, New King James.
New King James Version, this is. Watch therefore, for you do not know what hour your Lord is coming. That's 42, so into 43 and so on. But know this, that if the master of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched and not allowed his house to be broken into. Therefore you also be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an hour you do not expect. Who then is faithful and wise servant, whom his master made ruler over his household, to give them food in due season? Blessed is the servant whom his master, when he comes, will find so doing. Assuredly, I say to you that he will make him ruler over all his goods. But if the evil servant says in his heart, my master is delaying his coming, and begins to beat his fellow servants, to eat and drink with the drunkards, the master of that servant will come on a day when he is not looking for him, and at an hour that he is not aware of. I think I can stop ringing. There's about the hypocrites. Yeah. And will cut him in two and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So, it's just saying about watching, and you will know when he's coming. Yet again, Jesus says this over and over again, guys. And we are watching, aren't we? The trick, what I was saying earlier, wasn't I, Joe? The trick is to not get your hopes up, guys, And I know that's very hard to do. It's very, very hard to do. We all get our hopes up, but there's loads of ways around it. I mean, if you do get your hopes up and you can't help it, the best way for that, I would say, is to look at the next date. That's if you can't not get, you can't help but get your hopes up. But really, the answer is don't get your hopes up, and just keep seeking that blessed hope, Titus 2:13, and looking, but not saying that is absolutely a day. Say, oh, this is possible. This is a possible date.
Yeah.
Let's look for this date and let's see what happens. Not absolutely. This is when the second of coming of Christ happens.
Gonna
and he
sell my
raptures
house and go on a party.
Yeah.
It's like, no, take it easy.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, Joe, you wanted to say something about, and this is just an interpretation of his, of another way of looking at it, about lawlessness. We know what lawlessness is, but this is another way to look at it.
Oh yeah, with the police in America, some of them are resigning, and lawlessness. Obviously, we've always assumed, crime, is lawlessness, where people are like bashing.
Yeah,
There's a lot of lawless going on, but
It could also mean,
it could also mean that the police, you know what I mean? There's no more police, because if they're all going to resign at risk of their own lives, then it's understandable that they do resign. I would, if I was an officer in those lands and your life is at threat and your family is at threat, it's easier to just resign it. But then it's a bit of an idiotic situation when you have, those same protesters, rioters, whatever, go home and they getting their door kicked in or whatever. Who's the first person they want to ring? It's the police. Well, they're not there anymore because they've been out on the street criticizing and bashing them.
exactly.
It's illogical, the situation. We had that a bit in London, the riots. Some of the public were protecting the officers. That's out of order. The UK police seem pretty reasonable, the majority of them, so there's no reason for it. This is another one of them times where people's minds just take over because of the media. They see these things happening in America and they think it relates to them, you know what I mean? It's like thousands of miles away, it's got nothing to do. Because over here, that kind of far leftism doesn't really go that much, does it? In the UK, people are very, they nip that kind of thing in the bud quick fast, The English don't tolerate that kind of behavior, you know what I mean? It's a bit more lenient for sure, but not compared to America. America is pretty much, Sodom at this point.
It's very hard when you're in America, and I would resign too, by the way, if I was an American police officer. When it's very hard when the civilians have firearms, have guns. There's a civilian pointing an assault rifle in your face. Over here we haven't got guns, but we have in London, in certain areas, at airports because of terrorism, at subway stations because of terrorism. But I don't think those protests the other day at Trafalgar Square, they had guns. They were backing off as well. So it's a bit of, what should I say, even playing field, well, more so than America, that's for sure. But, like Joe said, they're a bit more nicer over here in the UK. There's a lot of corrupt police in America, and that's why they wanted to stop it. I don't even really think it's about Black Lives Matter. It is about the police, but it doesn't represent anyone. Just because there's one idiot doesn't mean that all of them are idiots. It's just one clown, isn't it?
It's like the stats that came out.
Yes. Yes, about Chicago in 2019, so last year. We're not going to take this deadly year of 2020. No, 2019, last year, it was 4,400 something shootings and deaths from shootings. I mean, it's a lot higher. There's loads of people get shot and survive. Yeah, in Chicago, the city of Chicago alone. And I think it was 98% of them were civilian on civilian, and 2% was police shooting civilians. It was civilians against each other, gangs, and it was a really high percentage of black v black, black on black gangs. And you say about black BLM, Black Lives Matter. One guy, I think it was a Hollywood actor actually, I watched an interview and he's the one that brought this to my attention, and he said, if we just sort Chicago out alone, that's where black people are killing black people in gangs, these terrible gangs, the youth culture, and
make a major impact in those numbers.
Yeah, major impact, and it's like 2% of the police, and obviously that terrible plea, shameful. You should be ashamed that police officer that knelt down on George Floyd's head. He's one of the wrong uns, obviously, but that doesn't mean all the police are wrong uns. Should put them all in that bracket, and that's what the left in America are doing. They're putting one policeman. That's racist.
Yeah.
Because if you do that to a black person, that black person was really wrong to me. He treated me wrong. All black people are wrong uns. You know what I mean? So that's what they're doing with the police. Yeah, you can't do that with anyone and anything. It's not everybody's an individual and everybody's different. But let's have a look at the old notes here. What else do you want to say? Did you want to talk about Tesco Express, which is a Walmart for Americans? It's Tesco is our equivalent of a Walmart. It's a supermarket. You know.
Well, it's just social media in some of the local area. Apparently, a mum and her daughter went into the store, and they were harassed by three male, adult males. Apparently, they were targeting her daughter. I think she was like 4 or something. Just that kind of terrible lawlessness behavior again coming up. It was on social media. It's not totally verified in a sense, but it's believable. It's believable in the times we're in. I wouldn't say it was far-fetched. It's just I don't understand. What's going through these kind of people's freaking heads. To be honest, it's like I don't know. But yeah, that was local to us, I suppose, and just something that has to keep being monitored, isn't it? Because the way things are going, it's like that meme that was going around. You best lock your kids, you best lock your grandmothers, because they be coming up in your windows. You remember that meme? Yeah.
So you need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they're bringing everybody out here.
That's more true now than we thought. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, so that was the Tesco thing. What else did I have down there?
Up to 5 to 6 vehicles. Obviously, a ruined heap. Damascus springs to mind.
Yeah.
Syria.
That's prophetic.
Yeah. I saw something. North Korea as well. We wanted to mention that they're building loads of nuclear warheads. Kim Jong-un's gone from. Remember, he was all peaceful with South Korea. They signed a peace treaty or something, and they're all nice. And I said, didn't I? That was very out of character. It's very eerie when a psychopath is all nice all of a sudden. It puts me on edge. It does. And back to his consistent ways. Psychopath. He's building loads of nuclear warheads, and he defies America and he doesn't listen to them. And North Korea are in an alliance with Iran, Russia, and China. The 4 big countries. I just think it's all coming together soon, guys. I think the United States. You look at all the watchmen in the United States and they're absolutely terrified. They really think that they're going to be nuked or something really bad's going to happen. They can feel it. And, all these rumours of wars with China are just puffing out their chest. They've now got the biggest navy in the world, China.
Taiwan.
No, it's China. Now, Taiwan is maybe the scapegoat in between where, United States are protecting Taiwan and reassuring them, and China are saying Taiwan are part of the China basically, and they want independence, don't they? Taiwan, they want independence. So
right, yes.
There's so many ways where the America and China are brewing a war together. It's not good. Over in Britain, the news pretty much northeast is on lockdown-ish. Got to be in by 10. It's carried down to the Midlands, and then you can see it slowly come down. It was coming down towards London, wasn't it? And that's why the protests happened. But the cases are going up. The R rate's up. The R rate,
our
infection sort of rate, isn't it? And you can only see a second lockdown coming soon. Obviously, the British government don't want to do it, Boris Johnson, because
that's what they say. They don't want to do it.
The economy, isn't it?
They keep saying they don't want to do it, but they are doing it. What are they trying to do? It sounds like just trying to get us used to submitting to the government rule. More. It's just constantly we're gonna lock you down. No more than 3 people it was, wasn't it? In the start. Then now it's 6 people. And then
So yeah, guys, we're probably going to come up with some new ideas for content as well on this channel. Maybe me and Joe might go out preaching, or just talking to maybe some unbelievers and preach to them, isn't it?
Yeah, that'll be good.
That would be good. And also, there was this preacher on the streets of England. Olu, yeah. We might go and see him. He's a nice man, and he's trying to get the gospel out to loads of people, you know. Lots of people walking past him, but he's doing his bit. He's got a loudspeaker, and we saw a video like that, didn't we, earlier on the Disciples channel. We put up one of a kid, Puerto Rican or Mexican kid in America preaching to people. Fair play to him, you know. We might try and do something like that. Not a loudspeaker though. Probably not a loudspeaker. But yeah, preach most definitely. Just different content, guys, basically. But yeah, I think that's about it. Probably do another video, and yeah, God bless, guys.
God bless.